Hello, everybody. Let me make sure you can see and hear me in the correct page. And then we will get started as you all hop on. Okay, let's see. Yep, perfect. Turn that off. Okay. Hello and welcome to Beauty Within DK. I am the DK, Deb Krajacek, and today we are continuing with the Broadest Truth video series. This is week 2. So what we're going to do today is have a quick overview of the month. The Broadest Truth is a 5th dimension Earth certified program. It is all about awakening, and it will help you with continuing on your magnificence journey. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So by the end of this live, you'll have a better understanding that the one true definition of awakening is creating your broadest truth. We each have one. It is each unique to us, even if it sounds the same as somebody else's. And we'll have more around how this 4-week program and process works. Okay, so the main focus today, though, is going to be around week 2 of the process of the Broadest Truth program. And you will have already started to understand some of the key surrounding truths by this point that lead you to the broader truth. Now, you'll be actively letting go and relabeling memories from fear to love, and you'll be creating strong truths in order to do this. So after that, I'll talk with you just a little bit, if you stick around, about some upcoming programs and ways to work with me. And you can absolutely find all the links above in the post, or DM me or comment below if you can't find what you're looking for or you're not sure. And at the end, I will wrap up with Q&A. So as you're joining, please hop on, get in the comments, say hello, let me know where you're tuning in from. I love hearing where everybody is from all over this beautiful, beautiful earth. And feel free, if you are enjoying my content, share the page with your friends, invite them to the private group, you join the private group, and as always, drop any questions you have below. All of my videos are available for replay, so if you can't watch live, that's okay. You can watch back later. If you have questions and you can't be on live, post on the event post or any other posts that are around what's coming up for the live, and I can circle back and answer those for you. So just a little bit about me. What you'll see today, I have on my glasses. My eyes are going through a healing process that I have enacted, and every once in a while, I'd like to see a little more clearly, like the comments on the live as they come up, or my notes, so I don't want to be squinting and struggling. But I'll try and keep looking so that my glasses aren't creating glare for you either. But I am Deb Krajacek, and I am a Believe accredited practitioner. I am a 5th dimension Earth certified healer, a divine evolved change maker, and most recently, a spectrum practitioner. Now, you don't need to know exactly what all that means, but what it does mean for you is that I am your leading edge physical guide and healer. And I'm here to help and support you as you're ready to awaken, ready to heal, ready to feel good, ready to live, and ready to evolve. If you are ready for your own true, beautiful magnificence, I am ready for you. And what I share today may be different to what you currently understand, but just allow this to flow with you and feel the truth. Let it settle and ask the questions that you have. Now, you may find that you actually understand more than you think. You just have a perspective of a different way of using the language than what I am using. I speak with the true real energy of language, and so many people out there are almost there, but don't quite hit the nail on the head, so to speak. So just allow, settle, and listen. So I mentioned I would say a little bit more about the magnificence journey. Well, back in the fall of, what year is this? The fall of 2021, I created a Magnificence Journey series, and you can find it in my private group. It is all about, it's truly the culmination of how I became who I am today over the past few years. They're the exact steps that I took to become beautifully, divinely whole, and how I'm continuing towards my own divine, beautiful magnificence. It has been magical. It's been truly transformative for me, and it's evolved since the time I created that series. So I'm going to continue to share this with each and every one of you as you're all on your own journeys, in your own time, at whatever point you're at. And then I started to flesh out this series with more series that fall into each of the 5 steps. So back in April of 2022, this year, I created a Meet Your Higher Self series. Meeting your higher self is part of the first step to your journey of true, beautiful magnificence. It is integral. And then this May, last month, I created a series around the believe releasing process. This is part of step 2. It is an integral part of step 2 on your journey towards true, beautiful magnificence. And of course, June is for part of step 3, but an extremely important part, the broadest truth. So this is that series. And it is definitely important for you to remember that all of these processes that I have spoken about are always, always, always done with your higher self. And some are also done with God and or another guide, but primarily with your higher self. So just let go of any fear around the spiritual terminology used. Feel and saturate in it as the real language of energy. There will be more clarity to come in right time for you. Okay, and of course, I've got my sparkly glass. Cheers to the Broadest Truth program and this series. So what is the broadest truth? Well, there's only one true definition of awakening, and it's linked to a change in your soul that can only occur if you're able to create the broadest truth for yourself. So when you create the broadest truth, your soul actually acknowledges that in any situation, you are able to flow to love. So no matter how much fear may occur in a moment for you, once you've created the broadest truth, you're able to call this energetically and quickly flow to a loving vibration when you allow it. So you could feel fear and you may have that ooh, uh-oh moment, but then quickly you switch and recall and remember that you've created the broadest truth, which is full of love for you. And you flow to that love. So it's actually your conscious mind perspective programming that is influenced by the Broadest Truth Creation. And this means that for all experiences that you could have, your conscious mind has the capability to perceive love. So you, instead of just seeing the fear in any situation, can see the love in any situation and flow to it. It's really amazing. It is like a silver bullet in getting to all of those things you know you desire, that change you want, the feeling better, the feeling good, the feeling connected, the knowing who you are and living that way. This is it. This is how you get there. So without the broadest truth being created, you cannot assure that you can perceive love when you allow it. So without this probability, you cannot be awakened. It is, you either create your broadest truth or you don't. And therefore you're either awakened or you're not. So no matter how loving you are or how much you love God, without this broadest truth, your soul will not acknowledge your flow to love. And you could be doing really great without having your broadest truth, but once you have your broadest truth, then it's even supersized. It's like 10 times better. And it may also be, it is within possibility that you may have actually awakened on your own. This is kind of rare, but if you've been flowing with God and your higher self on your own, there is possibility you may have awakened. So if you come in to the Broadest Truth program with me, I'll be able to tell if you're there, or if there's some other truths you need to create to get there. But you may actually be really close, or really actually awakened, and you don't consciously understand that you are. So what happens when you awaken is it brings you the opportunity to evolve. So this is a different energy that you would move into in a way of living. And it is where an awakened soul can energetically expand in all that they are. And I like to think of it as soul-led living with God. So you've reached your broadest truth, you know who you are, and then you live in that energy and you move from there, and it opens up wondrous energetic capabilities in your soul. They're wondrous for yourself. And if you are inclined, you can learn how to enact these capabilities, these abilities, to become capabilities and exercise them so that you can help other people with them as well. So an awakened soul can feel truly high vibrational and divinely free. And you get there by letting the broadest truth help you find this freedom. So next we'll talk a little bit about what you can expect during the 4 weeks of the broadest truth. It's very similar to this video series, except there's a lot more detail in it, and you'll be doing more work, obviously. So what will happen is you'll learn to create truths properly. You'll have a truly focused approach. You'll receive your vibrational percentage, and you'll be feeling good. So we talked in week 1 about understanding what your broadest truth is, what the key broader truths are that will lead you to this, that you will be confident and about creating truths, that you will understand your starting stored vibrational percentage. And then in week 2, we chatted about you will have already started to understand some of the key surrounding truths that lead you to the broadest truth. And you're actively letting go and releasing memories from fear to love. It's really big around the believe releasing process, what I talked about in May. And you'll create strong truths in order to do this. Now in week 3, and we'll talk about more of this in a little bit, you're going to start to recognize that you feel better. And although you are still in the midst of truth creation and understanding, you're moving in the direction that is wanted by you, and you'll just want to stay focused and keep going, moving forward. So in week 4, you at that point will have relabeled a large volume of fear-labeled memories to love. And you'll have a greater love for your journey now, more than ever before. You'll feel vibrationally different, and you will have worked towards those broader truths and got to key surrounding truths in order to get there. And you will have major broadest truth by the end of the program, and you will have awakened. That's what that means. So let's focus on week 2 of the broadest truth. So at this point, you will have successfully made it through week 1 of the broadest truth. And at this point, you are really energetically readying yourself for what's to come. And what is to come? Well, you'll have your perspective to understand better. You are going to likely have some struggles. That is completely normal. We are all physical human. We are all here to have a physical human experience. This is how we learn to grow and expand in our journey. And so sometimes there are struggles, but you're probably going to be closer to your broadest truth than you may think you are. So what you're going to want to do is just keep that faith. So in week 1, you've started to tackle some of these fear-labeled memories, and you're starting to create truths and relabel them to love, and you're starting to feel really good. You just need to keep with it. And what you're going to do is you'll be able to feel into your 5 vortexes of emotion. And those are your trust vortex, which is up here, your love vortex in your chest, your hope vortex around your solar plexus, your truth vortex is down in your tummy area, and your strength vortex is in your pelvis. So you'll be able to feel when the truths that you're creating hit home, whether they are absolutely truth, or if you need some more baby steps to get there, using things like I allow and I desire statements to get to the truth is statement. So you're just going to need to keep believing, as in the believe releasing process, to keep creating the truths and strengthen the truths you have that aren't quite strong truths yet. So what happens during the second week? You're going to be full of potent focus, and I will be here to support you through that. You'll be actively working on supporting truths, on broader truths, and possibly even start to make it to your broadest truth. Now, what we have seen as Believe accredited practitioners, there's only 5 of us, and we are the only people on the face of this earth who are certified to teach this process. Well, what we've seen is that because of all of the energetic work that we have put in ourselves into our own awakening and reaching our own broadest truth and beyond, it has helped other physical humans through this program to be able to awaken within 4 weeks. For most of us, it took around 2 years or so, and maybe a little more, maybe a little less for some of us. But could you imagine being able to do it in 4 weeks because other people went ahead of you to clear the path and learn how to do it, so we could teach you in a very efficient way how to do it yourself? It's amazing. Okay, so you'll be relabeling and letting go during this time and using the believe releasing process. So what happens then is, as you use the believe releasing process and you're relabeling from fear to love memories, the more low vibration you can release before awakening, the better. So once you awaken, which means you've created your broadest truth and you feel it, it feels true, you have accepted it, it feels really good, well, that's when your percentage will set, your vibrational percentage. So this is so cool. This is awesome. Like, it's one of those, once you know, and you can't go back. And so what happens when it sets is that you won't be able to go lower than that number. So even if you're only 51% high vibrational at the end of the broadest truth process, that's awesome. That's where, like, if you are starting to awaken and you are here and you feel terrible and you're putting in the work, and now you've awakened here, you won't go below that. You energetically forget that. And so there's only going up and up and up until you're 100% high vibrational. Okay, so I'm going to check and see if there's any questions, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about what the program includes if you're interested. So I'm not seeing any questions. Hopefully my comments are working okay. So what does this program include? Well, incredible support from me, Deb Krajacek, Believe accredited practitioner, and there's a loving community that you can be a part of with this. There will be live or recorded weekly session explainers. They're just short little videos that will be released once a week. And each week I will have a live weekly Q&A where you can ask all of your questions. Everything is recorded, so if you can't be on live, I can still answer your question if you submit it ahead of time, and you can watch back later. And there'll be access to personal support with me through Voxer between the sessions and the Q&As, Monday through Friday. Okay, so what else is coming up? Well, for this month only, June 2022, I have a limited time special price on my Soul to Soul Remembering sessions. And this is so helpful in conjunction with any of my programs. So basically, before you were physical human, you were non-physical and you were purely love labeled. So once you transformed to physical human and you were born here on earth, you energetically forgot who you are. This is common. It is perfectly normal in the physical human experience. But you may, as you started growing older, started to feel like you're here for more. Like you're having challenges knowing what that more is, but you just know there's something. Like there's something more to just your day-to-day that's going on in your energy. Well, together we can remember that. And what this energetic session does is it's a soul-to-soul connection that will ignite remembering energy of you in non-physical. And this is, again, before you've transformed into physical human. And it can help reveal many of those sort of missing puzzle pieces that you are wanting to know more about in your physical life. So how do I do this? I have an immense capability around soul capabilities. And God and my broader non-physical team together will work with me and help you to know and understand you, because it's time to remember. It's time to remember you. It's got to happen. And I know you can feel that. Okay, so the link for that is above in the post, or you can DM me and grab the link and set up your time. Also, coming up is the Evolve You online program. If you're interested, send me a message, because you have to have some prerequisites completed for your energy to be ready to move into Evolve You. So we'll probably have to have a discussion. And later this year, I'll also be having the spectrum experience coming. So I'm just putting that out there. That is an ancient energy that we all have access to, no matter where you are on your awakening journey, and we can leverage it to have enhanced life experiences. It's so beautiful. What a beautiful energy. And I do have a super secret offer in the works. I am creating a VIP list for anybody who is interested in learning more about 5 steps to emotional freedom. Drop me a message. I'll put you on my VIP list, because I will likely have a free challenge around that coming soon. I don't like the word challenge, but I think everybody understands what that means when I say that. Okay, and then on Thursday, Thursday, June 23rd, I will be having more free live guidance. It is an Ask Me Anything guidance session live on Facebook. And the last few I've done higher self-tuning exercises, creating truths. Last Thursday was it? I did one around abundance. So anything you want to ask me and gain guidance on from me and my non-physical team, hop on. Or if you can't make it, put it under the post for the event, and I will gladly answer you during the live. Okay, as I mentioned, all the booking links are in the post above, or comment below, or send me a DM if you can't find it. We can also work one-to-one if you prefer. If you're not liking group programs, They have so much benefit, but if you're not ready for a group program, you're not ready, and that's okay. I do offer one-to-one programs, and if you're not sure what the right next step is for you right now, well, we'll just book a free call and we can discover that together. Okay, so I don't see any other comments. If you're watching on replay and you have questions or comments, post below. I will come back to them and answer them for you. And I want to thank you all for being here. And remember, it is time to transform to the next segment on your journey towards your own true, beautiful magnificence. So let's manifest true, beautiful magnificence together. I'll see you next week for part 2 of the Broadest Truth series. I'm sorry, part 3. What part are we on? Part 3 of the Broadest Truth series, and later this month for the live guidance Ask Me Anything. Sending you so much love. Bye-bye.